Good morning.
We're with Jessica Griffiths this morning of Amica at Dundas on this fine, sunny, blue sky morning. It's fantastic out there, isn't it?
It's lovely. The snow is beautiful.
Yeah,
I
I bet
love
your
it.
kids enjoy it.
Yeah, Liza was trying not to wear snow pants today, but we kiboshed that. So
Very good. So tell us a little bit about Amica and your journey to get to where you are. I know you've been there for many years. When did they open?
so we opened in March 2008, and I've been there since September 2008. I started out as a concierge working the front desk, and I did that for about a year. And then I applied to be the marketing assistant. And at that time, they gave me that role. And then I applied to be the community relations director. And that was about a year later. So I've been doing the community relations directing since for about 10 years. So I've been there about 12 years in total.
Yeah, yeah, very good. And you enjoy it.
I do. The company's great. It has lots of opportunities to grow. So that's been really beneficial for me, um, especially because I just live up the street.
Yeah,
So that's been pretty convenient for my family, which is amazing.
yeah, that's great, isn't it? No such thing
Yeah,
as stuck in traffic in Dundas, is there?
that's right. When you hit those two lights, ruined your day.
I know. So what's it like there now with respect to COVID? What's the situation with visitors and
Great
and that?
question. So residents can have two essential visitors come to see them. They book it online through a Calendly program, and they can go up to the residence room or visit in our common areas. We have designated spots throughout the building for private visits. So that is really how that's working right now. We are following the guidelines from the government. So the stay-at-home order that's in effect until mid-February is what we're asking of our residents. So
Mhm.
unless it's an essential reason like prescriptions or doctor's appointments, then we'd ask them to stay home in their room.
Yeah, yeah. So and they have they come down for their meals, right?
They do. So they come down for lunch and dinner every day. And the breakfast, we bring them up. We open up the breakfast area, the bistro, sorry, for about an hour every morning for them to grab something to take back to their room. So if they want a coffee and a muffin and a yogurt, something light, they
Yeah,
can grab that and then head back upstairs.
yeah, yeah. Well, it's a beautiful residence. Lots of space to walk around. It's a lovely place. I've been there many times, as you know.
For sure.
What about the vaccine? What's happening with the vaccine there?
So the vaccine, all of our staff and residents have been offered their first round of the vaccine. Luckily for the residents, they got the Moderna vaccine, so they are on schedule to get their second dose on next Wednesday, I believe it is. The clinic's coming back to Amica Dundas to initiate that. Um, the staff are, unfortunately, we're on a bit of a delay because we had the Pfizer vaccine, which is a shortage in Canada right now. So we're just starting to have staff get emails about their second dose coming up in the next 2 weeks. So it's starting again, which is great. But 95% of our residents were vaccinated in the
Mhm.
first round.
They must
So
be
we're
pretty
pretty
happy
happy
about
about
that.
that. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, yeah. Just for curious, did anybody not get vaccinated? Did anybody refuse to get vaccinated?
Nobody's refused as of yet. What's happened is if residents had any cold-like symptoms and were in isolation waiting for a COVID test to get the results, they couldn't be vaccinated. So
Mhm.
if you're symptomatic, you can't take it. Or if they were away in hospital, they wouldn't have been on site to get the vaccine. That's why it's only 95%. Otherwise, our residents are very happy to get it. They're excited. They want a new normal, right? They want some sort of normalcy again.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
And the nice thing was any leftover vaccines on the day of the Moderna clinic, we were able to do essential caregivers for our memory care neighborhood. So families were able to come in at the end of the day, and if there was leftover vaccines, they could get vaccinated as well.
Yeah.
So we did a couple, I think we did about, I want to say like a handful. I don't know for sure how many, but I
Mhm.
know some residents' families were able to get it too, which was awesome.
Yeah, no kidding. So the essential caregivers, they can come in every day if they're family.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. And how many
Yep,
are in
we
the
just
memory care? Sorry.
That's okay. So we have 22 residents in memory care right now. So the neighborhood is full, and then their family members can come anytime. They just have to register that they're coming so that we know what time and we can space out visits amongst all of the
Yeah.
residents.
Yep.
So
Yeah. And I understand that's always full, that particular unit. You never have any vacancies really.
no, not really. Dundas, memory care neighborhood is unique to Dundas. We're the only retirement residence that offers it. And with long-term care, they have extensive wait lists. And with COVID right now, I know they're being very careful about how they admit people. So I think, having the memory care neighborhood has been a real asset to the community.
Yeah.
Um, some people don't stay with us forever. They end up going to long-term care, but if we can be that stop point for them to help them through a hard time, then we're happy about that too.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know Amica's expanded, of course, over the years. How many units are there now in total?
215.
Okay. And mostly are independent living, right? What are the
That's right.
basic services that are included then?
So for independent living, they get the bistro breakfast every day, lunch and dinner. Housekeeping comes once a week. They do a full clean of the suite. At that time, they take their sheets and towels to be laundered as well. And then they have an emergency call button that they can wear around their neck and hit for help with any emergency, like if they need help from a fall or something like that, the nurse will be dispatched right to their room. And then they get, of course, heat, hydro, water, air conditioning is all included. There's no tax on the rent. There's activities and programs that residents can participate in, fitness classes every day. It's really a robust calendar when we're not in COVID.
Yeah. And you've got the swimming pool there, of course, and the spa.
Right, which again, when we're not in COVID,
Yeah.
is a great asset. Yeah.
What about medication? Do they administer or give them the medication, or is it up to the?
Yeah, that's a great question too. So all of our residents that need medication management do pay for that service for our nurse or PSW to dispense the medication to them. Um, Most residents in independent living take care of their own medication, at least to start, and then we might look at that as an option for them in the future.
Yeah. And if somebody suddenly needs help with bathing or dressing or anything like that, that is an add-on service. Is that correct?
It is, yes. So they can add on any extra care services that they think they might need. Our director of wellness will work with the resident and their family to develop a care plan based on their needs.
Yeah. And I think we're saying there's about half a dozen retirement homes in Dundas, and they're all different, right? So you get somebody coming to your place that says that it doesn't suit them for whatever reason, and then you can refer them to other places in Dundas. You have a good working relationship with the other homes as well?
Yeah, most of them. The Georgian and I have worked together a lot over the past few years. And then there's been Bertram across the road that, we've worked with too. So like I said, we're not for everybody. Some people don't want to have access to all these amenities and programs, and that's okay. There's something out there for everybody, and I'm here to help them figure out what that is.
Yeah, for sure. And like we were saying, I, as you know, deal with housing options as well, and it always comes up because retirement homes are great for some people, but as you say, not for everybody, even financially. So there's other options like home sharing and sort of like the Golden Girls kind of thing, or other
Yeah,
options like that as well. So everybody's got their unique set of needs, really, don't they?
absolutely. And that's part of my job, is to get to know the resident or the prospect, I guess you would call them, before move-in, so that I can help them make that decision. Because like I said, it might not be Amica, but I might know someone. I'm the expert in retirement living. I should know what options are out there to be able to help that person through their journey. Really, it comes down to helping people find a solution to a problem, because most times they're looking at retirement because there was a problem and they need to fill a void. So whether that's meals and they're not making their meals anymore, socialization, or maybe it's just the upkeep of the home is too much, and that might be where home sharing comes in. Someone to help them with that side of it. So it's really digging deep to find out what the problem is, so that we can find the right solution for them.
The one thing that I always, well, one of the things I focus on is that we want to try to avoid isolation in people. Some people are living by themselves, which I think is great, but really they're alone and they're isolated and they're probably don't have the best lifestyle. But anyway, there's lots of different options, which is fantastic.
Yeah, and with isolation too, like even looking at retirement, you think, well, we're in COVID. How is, if you're making them stay in their room, how are they getting any socialization? Well, you've got your housekeepers coming in to clean once a week. You're going down for 2 meals a day where you sit with one table mate. So you're always seeing somebody throughout your day. Whereas if you're at home, you might just be sitting alone in the house all day. So
Yeah.
at least
Yeah.
even during these unprecedented times, they're able to get some kind of social
Yeah.
engagement going on.
Yeah, there has to be some connection somewhere with somebody, doesn't there?
Yeah,
And you've also got is it a floor of assisted living? Is that right?
we do. Yeah. So the assisted living neighborhood is for people who might need some help with their day-to-day activities of daily living. So help getting dressed, bathing. They might need toileting, help get into the washroom. So we really look at that neighborhood when someone needs more eyes on. There's a nursing station on that floor so that they are, there's always people around, and it really is good for us to go in and check on them easier and help them get engaged in programs and encourage them to attend.
Mhm.
So that's absolutely an option too.
And what do you think the average age is now at Amica, roughly?
I'd say it's probably about 86, 87.
Mhm.
People are waiting longer to make a move to retirement living. Um, Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
about
that's
86,
yeah.
87.
And you've got couples that live there as well. Some couples, right?
We do, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. We have a couple of couples on assisted living, memory care, and independence. So
Okay.
even if one person needs support and help, they can be together, and we take away some of that burden of being a caregiver for the one spouse.
Yeah. Yeah. Very good.
So, yeah.
Yeah. And what do you like most? Do you like the what do you like most about it? I mean, you like people, obviously, so you like just the aspect of helping people make the choice. And then once you're there, because I've seen you there so many times that you're wandering around always chatting with people, which is probably what you like to do, isn't it? With
It
this
is, yeah.
residents. Yeah.
Definitely.
And
I'm
tell
definitely
them,
I definitely feed off other people's energy, and I enjoy their positive energy. And
yeah,
I think going to work every day, that's what I get out of it is,
yeah.
the positive experience, helping people, being there,
It's
even the staff, like helping them problem solve, like if they've run into a little bit of a glitch throughout their day.
yeah.
I just find it's really a rewarding career choice, and I'm really thankful that this kind of landed in my lap.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It wasn't something in school you thought this is what I want to do, but it just kind of, like you say, it sort of
No.
came to you and it ended up being an excellent fit for you.
Yeah, for sure. I ended up taking marketing courses after the fact
Yeah,
just
yeah,
because I didn't have that background. So,
yeah,
to just further my portfolio, I guess it
yeah,
was a good place to take some classes through Mohawk Continuing Education so that I could do the job even better.
and it's always nice to have an opportunity to sit and chat with the people as well because their stories are so fascinating, aren't they? And their
Oh my gosh, they have so
histories.
many stories and
Yeah,
like great families.
I
Like the
know.
families come in and you see them in the bistro, and they're just so happy that, especially the daughters, some sons too, but especially the daughters, their visits now aren't honey-do list visits. They get to actually enjoy their time with their parents,
Mm.
opposed to coming over to do the laundry, cook them
Yeah,
dinner, take them grocery shopping. Like it's always they had to go do things. Now they can actually sit and enjoy a coffee with mom and see like what she did last night. How did she enjoy trivia? Did you go watch a movie in the theater? Like there's things to talk about. What have you been up to? And
yeah.
it's different for them
It
now, which is
definitely,
great.
yeah. I totally understand what you're saying because it's not just a matter of visiting and having to mow the grass and
That's right.
whatever the case is, do the housework and all that stuff. But well, that's wonderful. That's awesome. And so tell me about you're from Dundas, right?
Hmm.
Born and raised. And what do you love about Dundas?
Oh my gosh, I love Dundas because it's just a small community, and I feel like everyone knows everyone. And like even the schools, like they're smaller. Like my daughter goes to Yorkview, and there's only like 7 classes there from grade JK to
Yeah.
5, and everyone knows who my kid is, and they love her, and it's great. I don't know. I just always loved Dundas, and I'm never leaving.
I know you
I love
said you're
going
going to.
downtown. Like the shops downtown are great. Mickey McGuire's Cheese is my favorite place to get stuff for my charcuterie board, you know?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Um, do you do that for Amica, the charcuterie board? Do you do some of the shopping there? Or for
Not really, no, not too much. We did in the summer. I wasn't there. I was on my parental leave, but they did a wine and cheese in the garden where they did charcuterie boards and had wine and music in our garden area as a little event for seniors in Dundas to get out during COVID because we were able to social distance outside.
Mhm.
Um, but our chef put that together.
Right.
So he would have outsourced the product, and I'm certain that I heard he got some of it from Mickey McGuire's, which is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, our chef is great. He takes care of all that stuff.
It's not your husband, right?
No,
No.
not this time.
Yeah, Dundas has got some fabulous stores. And you figure you're going to retire here.
Yeah,
You're
in
gonna
this house.
in
Yeah.
this. Oh, fantastic. You really landed in a good place, didn't you?
I did. I don't know who to thank for that though.
Well done, you.
More like you.
Oh, that's awesome, Jessica. Anything else you want to share with us before we say goodbye?
I don't think so. Like, I think just everyone needs to stay safe out there. If you are like taking care of a parent that might benefit from learning more about Amica, we're here to help. That's our job, and hopefully we'll be able to get together in the better weather and enjoy some activities at Amica. And I want everyone to stay safe.
I feel like once we get the green light, everyone's going to be out there running around, visiting and hugging and saying hi and
For
stuff.
sure. We need to get those vaccines going. That's all.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Well, you take good care, Jess, and it was lovely to talk to you. And thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Judy.
Okay.
See you
Oh, I'm
soon.
sorry. If somebody wants to, I'll put your contact information up after
Perfect.
they can just, you can do virtual tours of the residence at the moment, right?
We do. Yeah, we're offering virtual tours. And even virtual assessments for people. Everything's done online. We've learned a whole new way to make things happen for people.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. We
we're
certainly
here.
adjust as we must, don't we?
That's right.
Yeah. All right, Jess, you take care. And it was lovely to talk to you.
You too, Judy. Thanks
Okay,
for
bye.
having me.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.